Hello guys, my name is Ahmed Hali for the Unscripted Talks here in Dub Radio. My question is when politicians lie to us, who is to blame? Is it we, the citizenry, who are allowing these politicians to lie to us, or is it the problem of the politicians? Because it is we who elect them after every 5 years into power. Yet we so well know that there is nothing gainful that you are going to get from these politicians. For instance, somebody uses like, let's say, roughly 10 million for campaigns. Maybe he wants a member of parliament seat, a governor seat, and maybe even more than that in his campaigns. What do you think this person will do immediately he or she gets into power? He very well knows that he has to recover the money that he used during campaigns, because we've made campaigns a business, then we shall be paid for that business, that transaction. But then after the elections, that person then has to benefit himself or herself from the proceeds of corruption. The tax that you are paying, you'll no longer see it serving you, because you are allowed to be bought at 50 bob, at 100 shillings, at 200 shillings, forgetting that whatever you are receiving as a payment for you to vote for someone, not because of his ideologies, not because of the clean manifesto the person is putting out, but because the person has known there is some hunger in you. He only wants to feed you for that particular time. But remember, a good person is not that person who gives you fish, but that person who teaches you how to fish. What problem do we really have as a citizenry? What is really the problem? Because even at a point whereby you so well know that this person is a thief, this person is someone who oppresses mwananchi.
Hapa Nyamira tutawajengea soko ingine 9 hapa Nyamira County, kwa sababu nilikubaliana na kina mama ya kwamba hata mboga atafanya kazi mahali kuna heshima, mahali kuna mpango, mahali kuna maji, mahali kuna usafi, kwa sababu tunataka kupanua infrastructure ya mazao yenu. Kama wakulima muweze kupata mahali pazuri pa kufanya biashara yenu ya yale mazao mumetoa sehemu mbalimbali. Vile vile mimi nataka niwaeleze watu wa Nyamira ya kwamba mpango ya 5 tuko nayo ni mpango ya affordable housing. Hapa vile vile tumepangana na wizara ambayo ni ya housing, na hiyo housing tutahakikisha kwamba mpango yetu ya program ya housing vile vile inafaidi watu wa Nyamira County.
This was actually free advertisement, whereby he also takes maize cob and try to convince people that because we made the right choice of using the right manure, and that is why we have good harvest. Just watch it.
Unaona vile mahindi imekaa chonjo? Ni kwa sababu tulinunua mbolea yenye inatoshana na mchanga wetu, yenye imefuatiwa utafiti. Niliwaambia tuwache mambo ya DAP. Mwaka huu tuliwaletea mbolea ya NPK. Ndio munaona vile mahindi imekaa chonjo namna hiyo. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Mimi nataka niwaambie ya kwamba hii kibarua nimeweka pia mpango. Next year, mwaka huu tuliwapatia mbolea milioni 4 magunia. Mwaka ujao tunaweka double, 8 million. Ndio tuweze kufikia kila mkulima.
Great. Yet, when I tell you that the greatest president that Kenya needs is Miguna, I mean, some people see me as someone who has totally lost his mind. You see, you started playing the tone of Matiang'i should come, and actually he's preparing to run for president come the year 2027. What good has Matiang'i to offer? What good has he to offer? Because as far as I'm concerned, we have seen clearly that he can be manipulated. In the previous regime, It is the same Matiang'i who was used to do, state arrests. He's the person who was sending police to oppress the people, demonstrators, whatever. You understand? So many court orders were being issued and nothing was being done. Actually, he's also the same person who was behind the deportation of Dr. Miguna. And actually, I don't know how I could call that. I'm just lacking a better term, but I could not even consider that a deportation because you are only being deported from a foreign country to your home country. But in this case, Miguna was actually chased away from his home country to a foreign country, whereby he just acquired citizenry. But in this current country that he was, by birth he is a citizen, yet he was thrown out. Under whose watch? Uhuru Kenyatta's watch, aided by Raila Amolo Odinga, the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, and also Fred Matiang'i, Jimmy Wanjigi, the man that now is stealing the show. You forgot about the deals he had with Mwai Kibaki, Uhuru Kenyatta, and himself. You forgot that. By the way, let me read this letter that I don't know if it's a letter or a message conveyed to Wanjigi by Miguna. I want to read it verbatim. I don't want to add any word. I don't want to omit any word. I don't want to paraphrase. I just want to read. I want to hear Jimmy Wanjigi refer to Raila Odinga as a conman and publish a detailed account of how a university dropout who has never been gainfully employed and has never invented or created anything became a multi-billionaire in US dollar terms in a third world country under 24 years of Daniel Arap Moi's one-party repressive regime. Secondly, Wanjigi must return the billions he made through conflicts of interest deals and murky NIS/special branch military and infrastructure tenders to the public before we will believe that he has genuinely reformed and welcome him in the struggle for social justice. And thirdly, he must publish the unaltered memorandum of understanding between himself, William Ruto, and Despot Uhuru Kenyatta before the 2013 general and presidential elections. We cannot trust anyone who keeps secrets of deals that were made with ICC indicted criminals in order to undermine the people's sovereignty and democratic governance. For Wanjigi to publicly state that he is keeping the instrument he secretly entered into with Ruto and Kenyatta means that Wanjigi is still loyal to the organized mafia and cannot be trusted. Until he satisfies these prerequisites, we will listen to his exposés as selective disclosure of a member of the organized mafia who true revolutionaries must defeat and permanently bury for a new republic with new ethos to emerge. Freedom fighters must remain alert, discerning, scrupulous, disciplined, and focused. We cannot make the same mistakes that were made by Payogama Pinto, Thomas Sankara, Chris Hani, and Patrice Lumumba. Ruto must go. Ruto na Raila must go. #. That is the person whom we are now seeing as the best person to be president. I mean, in Kenya, there is a very big problem. There's a very big problem. When somebody comes and gives you half truth, you tend to believe it so much. When somebody with the real insights of leadership asks for that leadership, you don't want to give that person leadership. The person with qualities of making sure that the nation is free from corruption, is free from oppression, asks for that seat, you don't want to elect that person into presidency, into any form of leadership. But let me tell you, if you see people sitting down comfortably, it means they have not suffered enough. But the day that people will suffer enough, then it is the day that you will overturn the tables. It is the day that nobody will pick you out of your house. Nobody will convince you to walk out of your house. But the problems that you will be experiencing, I mean, I'm not afraid to say this. You cannot trust Raila and the entire ODM brigade. You cannot even trust Uhuru Kenyatta. You cannot even trust Ruto. You cannot trust, Matiang'i. Those politicians, the political elite currently as we have them, none of them is worth of trust. These are people who only think of their self-interest, their stomach, their businesses, and how they can benefit from the proceeds of corruption. Anyway, that is my mind. If you have an alternative mind to this, you are welcome to share with me in the comment section. If you love content of this nature, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you press the notification button so anytime that we are live, you'll be the very first person to be notified or any other time that we upload content of this nature. If you're watching from Facebook, kindly like, comment, share, and also don't forget to follow us. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Dab Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dab Radio ndio mpango mzima.